Hey everyone, it's Amy and welcome to day 1 of the 5-day declutter. If you don't know what that is, basically I have identified 5 areas in my life where the clutter is most annoying, and I'm going to tackle a different category every day for 5 days and share the whole experience with you guys. It's gonna be a busy week. If you guys want to join in on this challenge with me, I would love that. I've set up a brand new decluttering Facebook group that I will leave in the description box down below. I want to make this a community thing so we can share before and after pictures, tips, advice, and all that good stuff. And I also have a free 5-day declutter workbook that I will also link down below. So if you guys want to go ahead and join in with this challenge, you can use that to help you. Anyway, if that sounds like fun to you and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, then I definitely recommend that you go and do that right about now. And don't forget to click that little bell too so that you don't miss any of these super exciting uploads where I will probably crawl into a ball and cry because I have so much stuff to get through. I don't want to make this a super lengthy intro, partly because I got enough stuff to be getting on with today, and partly because I'm so congested from my allergies that I feel like I might suffocate if I talk too much. But just to give you an idea of what we are doing today on day 1, we are tackling clothing, and the goal that I wrote down for myself was to only own clothes that reflect who I am right now. And that might sound like a little bit of a weird out there statement, but people change. Your style changes, your interests change, your job and what you do in your life changes, and sometimes you just outgrow the clothes that you have without really even realizing it. So I want to make sure by the end of today that everything I own reflects who I am right now, where I am in my life right now, reflects my style, reflects, you know, what is actually useful to me and what I will use, and actually fits. Are you ready? Because I don't think I am. Let's get into it. So first, I want to show you what my clothing situation looks like right now. Okay, so the first thing to note is that this dress is chilling here because it won't fit in the wardrobe. That kind of speaks for itself and the situation that we're in right now. So my first wardrobe over here is where I keep all of my tops. I have my cardigans and jackets up on this side, and then skirts and shorts over here. And I'm feeling pretty good about the way that this part of my wardrobe looks. There's space. You can move things. You can see things. However, when we move to the next wardrobe, that's when things get disheartening. Okay, so this is where I keep maxi skirts and dresses and a few of my winter coats, and that's a lot. That rail looks like it's bowing from the weight of all of the clothes that I have hung there. There is no space to move anything or see anything, and everything is just crammed in here. Not an ideal situation. Then I have these drawers where I keep, in this one, some hoodies, some t-shirts and some shorts, jeans. Then I have my underwear drawer, which looks like a complete disaster. And the bottom drawer is where I keep pajamas, again, disastrous. And in here I keep things like leggings, tights, I don't know, more pajamas probably. It's not looking good. My big concern with today's challenge and dealing with the clothing is that this is going to be my 5th major clothing declutter in 4 years. And that's quite a lot, and I've gotten rid of so many bags of clothes. I've made huge progress. You wouldn't believe it, but it's true. And so I wonder, realistically, at this point, 5 declutters in, how much am I going to be willing to part with? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it Konmari style. We're gonna bring all of the clothes out of all of the places, pile them up on the bed so I feel suitably ashamed of myself and want to cry, and then we'll go through each individual piece of clothing and decide whether I want to keep it or whether I want to let it go. Gonna try and channel my inner Elsa and let it go as much as I possibly can today, because this is not working for me. Okay, everything is out of the wardrobes and the drawers, but I think there might be more lurking somewhere. I just have a feeling this isn't it. Yeah, unfortunately, I was correct. It's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. Now it's time to actually do something productive and try and tackle this situation. I don't know where I'm going to situate myself because the clothes take up the entire bed, but I'm gonna find myself a little space and I'm gonna start working through piece by piece and deciding if it's something that truly reflects who I am right now and brings me joy or not. Okay, pause game. So as I'm rummaging through this never-ending mountain of fabric, I found a few really nice dresses that are truly beautiful, but they don't reflect who I am right now or who I have ever been. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought these dresses. For example, look at this dress. It still has the tag on it, and I think I bought it about 4 or 5 years ago. It's such a nice dress. It's one of those super tight-fitting bodycon dresses, something that maybe Kim Kardashian would wear if she shopped at New Look. And I think at one point in my life, clearly I wanted to be this, you know, sexy, strut my stuff, kind of look at my curves type girl. But I'm not. I am not Kim Kardashian. But I'm done trying to pretend like I will ever wear this dress. It's not gonna happen, so I'm gonna let that one go. Similarly, I have another 2 bodycon dresses here. This one I have worn once, and I've owned these since my first year of university, like a million years ago. This has the tag too. They look nice on, but they are not me. While I'm taking a pause and talking to you guys, I wanted to let you know that my strategy for what I'm doing with my clothes today is going to be a little bit different than usual. If you've ever watched any of my other decluttering videos, usually I donate everything, I box it up, and then the next day I just get it out of the house as quickly as possible so that I can't go back through the bags and like pull things out. So what I've decided to do this time is set up a Depop account, which is kind of like Poshmark in the US, where you can sell your clothes and different things via an app. It means I'm gonna have to hold on to things for a little bit longer while I wait for them to sell, which I don't love, but at least I know that this stuff is going to a home where the person really wants them and is gonna get use out of them. So if you guys like the look of anything that I'm getting rid of today, everything's in a UK size 8 or 10 small. So yeah, I'll link my Depop down below, and if you feel like this stuff reflects who you are right now, then go ahead and check it out. Well, look what I found. Another bodycon dress that I wore once. Guys, I am not even joking right now. I just found yet another bodycon dress with the tag still on. The one thing that really helps with this process, and I find this every time I declutter, is to look at something that genuinely does bring you joy and that you see and you think, oh, I love that, and then it kind of puts everything else into perspective. So for instance, I love this play suit. Every time I wear it, I feel great. Every time I see it in my wardrobe, I'm like, that's so cute. So it's really easy to see that this does bring me joy. This does make me happy. This does serve a genuine purpose in my life. And then when I see the other things that I'm kind of like, I don't know, it's easy to see by comparison that clearly they don't have a place in my wardrobe. If they don't spark as much excitement and love as something like this, then I don't really need them. Okay, I'm back and looking like I've been through a lot, which I have. This is hard, but I just wanted to show you guys another example of clothes that don't reflect who I am right now, and again, don't reflect anyone I've actually ever been. So when I got my first graduate job, it was this big fancy corporate job, and I felt like I had major imposter syndrome. It wasn't the right job for me, and I think I always knew that deep down. I ended up going out and buying a bunch of different like blouses and black trousers and business attire, but I felt like that's the way that I needed to dress at work, but also just in my personal life to kind of reflect this new job. But that job didn't reflect who I was. The clothes I bought because of the job didn't reflect who I was. And so I always felt like I was kind of wearing a costume and trying to be someone I wasn't. So all of these blouses can go. That's not who I am. That's never who I was. And I'm glad I'm done pretending to be that person. The carnage is real. So I've gone through everything and I've divided up the stuff into the stuff I want to keep and the stuff I want to get rid of. Now, before I show you my piles, before I show you all that, I kind of have a disclaimer. Remember at the beginning when I said I didn't think I was going to be able to get rid of a lot because I've already done this 4 times. I wasn't able to get rid of a lot. Let me just show you. This stuff right here, all of these hanging up here, and then this pile, that's the stuff I'm getting rid of. I know we all like to see these really impressive giant piles and bags of clothes, and if you love that and you haven't seen my previous clothing declutters, go watch those, because in those I got rid of a lot. But in this instance, I'm struggling. Nobody needs this many clothes because this is what I'm keeping. Nobody needs this. But now that I have it, it's difficult to part with. And I think that's something I'm really coming to realize. I remember when I was living in Kuwait and I was living on a capsule wardrobe, and I have a video about that, I think. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. I really didn't have very much there at all, but it was fine. It was everything I needed and I didn't necessarily want for anything else. But then when you do have this stuff, it's hard to let go of it, because the stuff that you really like and the stuff that you use, it's difficult to say, okay, well, I'm gonna get rid of that. And that's something I still need to work on. It's only day 1. Hopefully by day 5, I'll have gotten rid of a lot more. So now I need to begin the process of putting away everything that I've decided to keep. Happens every time I do a wardrobe declutter, but as I was going through and putting things back into the wardrobe, I managed to get rid of 5 or 6 extra items, and this is what the wardrobes are looking like now. Can't see too much of a difference. I mean, I didn't get rid of a huge amount of stuff, but at least now everything in here is stuff that I will wear and that I'll enjoy wearing. This cupboard is still a nightmare. Does it look any different? It still seems way too full to me, and I took out the coats. There aren't any coats in there this time, and it still seems full. To be fair though, there is space to move things. I mean, a tiny bit of space. The smallest possible amount of space. Then in this drawer, things look exactly the same, but I swear I did get rid of a lot of stuff that was in this drawer. My pajama drawer is looking a little bit better too. I got rid of quite a few of those. But it's progress. It's not huge, it's not life-changing, but it is what it is. Some days you declutter and you get rid of 10 bags of stuff and it's transformational, and other days you just get rid of 20 or 30 pieces and it's still better than nothing. So next I'm gonna tackle my shoe situation, see if I can get rid of any more shoes. Much like the clothes, I did get rid of a lot of pairs of shoes recently. I think I got rid of about 15 pairs of shoes. I have a shoe problem. So this is where my shoes live. As you can see, there are a lot of them. I love shoes, I do, but I don't have such a passion for them as I used to. When I was younger, I pretty much would collect shoes. Now I'm just the kind of person who wants nice shoes that I can wear. So if they're not comfortable, if they don't go with anything I own, then I no longer need to own them. always, as soon as they are laid out all in one pile in front of me, I am filled with shame and regret. Marie Kondo 1, Aimee 0. And the funniest thing about this is, of all these pairs of shoes, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flat pairs. I don't know if I think that I'm a cast member from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I don't know why I think I need this many pairs of high heels. I don't do this anymore. Okay, so at the end of that, I've decided to get rid of 5 pairs of shoes. I know I could get rid of more, but I don't want to. I just love them. I just love them and they bring me joy. These ones don't bring me joy. These ones hurt my feet, so that's not joyful. These ones make me feel like Minnie Mouse, and sometimes that is joyful, but not in a shoe. These ones are just so high. Look at them. Like, this is how I used to wear all my shoes back in the day. I don't need my shoes to be this high anymore. I'm an adult. I'm scared of falling to my death. But the rest can stay. I'm not gonna justify myself because I can't. I just want to keep them, and so I am. The good news is I managed to get rid of another 2 pairs of shoes as I was putting them back into the wardrobe. I swear that is the best time for getting rid of things, is when you're putting them back, because you're super aware of your limited space, and so you're really asking yourself, do I really need this to take up space? And by the time you're putting things back, you're kind of just over the whole situation, right? Like, you're tired, you just want the mess to be gone, and then you kind of, at least for me, when I'm in that stage of putting things back, I'm more impatient, and so I'm much more likely to say, oh, you know what, I don't care, get rid of it. I feel a little bit bedraggled. My energy is flagging a little bit, that I am going to go through my underwear drawer right now, but I also kind of want to take a nap, so I need to get up and keep moving before I fall asleep. Okay, so I went through and sorted out my underwear drawer, which I did not film because I felt like that would be a little bit TMI. But I'm really on a roll, and even though I have been doing this for many hours, I started at, I think, 10:30 and it's now 3:30, so a long time. I'm really just like on a decluttering high right now, and so I think I'm going to wrap things up by going through, oh, I have a box with some bikinis and swimwear and a few bags. Let's do that, and then that will really wrap up the whole of clothing. So this shouldn't take long at all because I have everything pretty much divided up into these little IKEA drawer organizers, which I love, by the way. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. So I have bikinis in one, I have belts in one, and I have all my little handbags in a third one. This is annoying. I don't wear a belt like with my jeans ever. It's just not something I do. I'm too lazy for that extra element. But a lot of the dresses and skirts that I have come with belts, and then I end up keeping them, but a lot of them are similar, and then I can never actually remember which belt goes with which dress. Thanks for listening to my pointless TED talk about belts. But let's see what we can get rid of. I have no idea what this goes with, and these two are very similar, so I feel like I'm just gonna keep one. Who needs 2 tiny tan belts? Not me. And then I really only have these 3 little bags in here, tan, black, silver, so I'm gonna keep all of those too. So at the end of day 1, this is what I am getting rid of. I actually feel like that's quite an accomplishment, especially because I knew going into today that clothing was going to be a bit of a struggle for me, that I wasn't going to get rid of as much as I've been able to in the past. I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along and decluttering with me today. How do you feel that I did? I know you're gonna pick me up on not getting rid of more shoes. 100% someone is gonna tell me I should have gotten rid of more shoes, and you are correct, but I'm not going to. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are following along and doing your own 5-day declutter. How is it going? How did it go for you today? How much did you get rid of? How do you feel? Tomorrow I'm going to be tackling cosmetics. So don't forget to come back tomorrow to see how I get along with that. go ahead, join the decluttering Facebook group if this is something that you'd like to get on board with, if you are ready to declutter and take control of the stuff in your life. I'll also leave that free printable down in the description box so you guys can go and get your hands on that. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up to show me support because this has been a long day. I will be back tomorrow with my cosmetics declutter, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. Give yourselves a pat on the back if you have been decluttering along with me today, and I will see you all next time. Bye!